Factbox power of Trump's endorsements examined in 12 U.S. midterm primaries. Former President Donald Trump's impact over the Republican Party is being tested in 2 more U.S. midterm primaries on Tuesday, the closing of a dozen high-profile races wherein the former president weighed in. Here is a listing of 12 outstanding Trump endorsements, a number of the extra than 200 alternatives he has made in advance of the November 8 elections that will decide manage of Congress for 2023 and 2024. Still to be called, Kelly Tshibaka * seeks to defeat incumbent U.S. Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski of Alaska * August 16 open primary contest. Trump is backing Tshibaka, a former Alaska State Administration Commissioner, to America. Murkowski, one among 7 Republican senators who voted to convict Trump in 2021 on impeachment expenses. Both Murkowski and Tshibaka will probably enhance from Tuesday's primary contest, which underneath new country election guidelines will send 4 candidates to the November contest no matter their political parties. The country's new guidelines, but, should give Murkowski a boost in the fashionable election. Voters may be requested to rank their candidates by way of choice, and Murkowski is slight, who gained re-election in 2010 as a write-in candidate after losing the Republican number 1 should win if she garners greater second-choice votes than Tshibaka. Winners in primaries: Harriet Hageman * defeated incumbent U.S. Republican Representative Liz Cheney. Hageman is desired to win Wyoming's at-large congressional district in November. Trump threw his backing behind Hageman, an attorney, in September 2021, seeking to punish Cheney, who becomes stripped of her position as the No. 3 House Republican for voting to impeach the former president on a raid of inciting the January 6, 2021, Capitol insurrection. Cheney, the daughter of former U.S. Vice President Dick Cheney, also served because the vice chair of the House committee investigating the Capitol assault. Joe Kent * seeks to win Washington Nation's 3rd congressional district, which leans Republican, on November 8. Kent, a former Special Forces officer recommended via Trump, narrowly gained August 2 Republican number 1 over incumbent U.S. Representative Jamie Herrera Butler, who voted to question Trump closing year. Kent might be the frontrunner in November for the newly drawn district, which Trump could have gained by 4 percentage points in 2020. But he faces the hazard his hard proper perspectives ought to impress Democrats. Kent has campaigned with Farite U.S. Representative Matt Gaetz of Florida and advised Oregon Public Broadcasting. He held a social media approach call with white nationalist Nicholas Fuentes, though he mentioned he disagreed with Fuentes' ethnonationalism. John Gibbs * seeks to win Michigan's 3rd congressional district on November 8. Gibbs is a former housing professional beneath Trump with a history of inflammatory tweets, consisting of references to baseless conspiracy theories, approximately Democrats and Satanism. He beat U.S. Representative Peter Meijer within the August 2 Republican number 1 after a Democratic Party organization spent heavily on television advertisements touting the previous chief's endorsement of Gibbs. Meijer slammed the advertisements as a ploy to assist his Farite opponent get on the ballot and make it less difficult for Democrats to win the mild district in November. Meijer changed into one of the few Republicans who voted to question Trump last year. Mehmet Oz * seeks U.S. Senate seat for Pennsylvania vacated by retiring Republican Senator Pat Toomey. Oz, a celeb health practitioner whose endorsement by Trump divided Republican leaders in Pennsylvania, beat former hedge fund government David McCormick (NYSE, MKC) in a number 1 by way of a margin of 951 votes. Oz will face Democratic Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman in what is anticipated to be the various tightest races of the November election. Fetterman took a wreck from the marketing campaign trail after suffering a stroke inside the days earlier than the May 17 number 1, and on August 12 held his first rally because the life-threatening health event Herschel Walker will face incumbent Democratic U.S. Senator Raphael Warnock of Georgia. A retired football big name, Walker easily gained the May 24 Republican nomination contest, and opinion polls point to a close race in November against Warnock, a pastor. But Trump-endorsed Walker, who has by no means held elected workplace, has vulnerabilities inclusive of past allegations of domestic abuse. Ted Budd seeks U.S. Senate seat for North Carolina vacated via retiring Republican Senator Richard Burr, a rank-and-file member of the House of Representatives. Budd had little statewide call reputation earlier than he sought the Republican nomination for what's expected to be a good race in November.